welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be going through my top 5 books of the year so far. So seeing as we're just over halfway through the year, I thought this would be a perfect video to do. Not all of these books were published this year, they were just read this year, but anyway, let's get straight on into it. So the first book I want to mention is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Now if you've been with my channel for a while, you will know that this has been on many a TBR, but I finally read it at the beginning of this month. And by the way, sorry about that noise, it is my washing machine, it's just suddenly got very loud. I finally read this end of June, beginning of July, and I have no idea why I put it off. I love this so much. So this basically follows 2 different time zones. It follows 2 twins, Noah when he's 13 and a half, and Jude when she's 16. So you see Noah before this big event happens, and you see Jude after the big event. It basically shows how the twins have kind of grown up and they've gone opposite directions. So you've got Noah, who is discovering his sexuality, and he is a painter and wants to get into this famous college. And then in the future it ends up that Jude gets into this college and Noah's kind of gone downhill. So it is really good. That's just a basic synopsis, just because I don't go into it too much detail because there's so much stuff that happens in this and I don't really want to spoil it. But I also have to mention the ending because it circles around so perfectly, and it's one of those books where everything ties in, and I couldn't really find any plot holes. So yeah, this is just amazing, and I think I might have to check out her other novel, The Sky is Everywhere, because this was just amazing. The next one is The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. Now again, this was published last year, but I only brought it this year as I just could not find a copy of this anywhere. And this is basically an anthology of poems, which is all about the princess saving herself, and it's really kind of like feminist. I learned so much from this about not to just take rubbish from other people, and yeah, it's just really good, and you really do have to read this. It's just so inspiring, and I believe Amanda Lovelace is doing another one based around witches, which would be pretty cool. A book I have to mention in this would just be awful if I did not mention this book in my top 5, is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. Now I did a spoilery review down below, so if you want to you can go on that and find out more about this book. This was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it basically finishes off A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So it's the first time we've seen Sarah J Maas finish a series. Even though there were problems, I still really liked it just because I love the characters so much. This is more of a, I would say, character book rather than a plot book for me personally, because the characters are so much better than the plot. It's still one of my favourite books, if you get me. I just love seeing the inner circle together. They introduced more characters, and I loved lots of the character development, especially between Nesta and Cassian, if I pronounce those right. But yeah, great book. I also have to mention To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Now this was a reread for me. Last time I read it I was in year 9, so I was probably like 14 and 15, and I didn't really understand it. But now I'm 24, I reread it and now I totally get why people say this is a must read. This basically follows 1930s America and a young Scout Finch, and her father's a lawyer, and he is basically told he has to defend this coloured person because he's been accused of raping a white lady. And Atticus Finch, the father, he's just so good. He's probably now one of my favourite fictional characters just because he goes about it so well. He's been abused, his family's being threatened, his children are being threatened, all because he's defending a coloured person in court, and he's just like, I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I wasn't defending this person. And I just loved him so much, and the way he taught his children about class and race, it was just amazing, and you do have to give this a read. And again, like Court on Wings and Ruin, I did a review, so yeah, I'll just link it down below and you can give that a go. And the last book I'm going to mention is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So you may be thinking, if you've watched some of my videos, that I thought this was a very slow starter and I only gave it about 4 out of 5 stars. But when I went and thought about it, even though it is a slow starter, this is such a good book. Laini Taylor creates such a good world and such good characters. After the first half of it, which is kind of like setting it up, when she gets into it, you're just like automatically drawn into it, and you love the characters from the start. but the plot just gets going and going. And the cliffhanger it ended on as well, it was so good. I mean, you just have to read this just for the world building. I just can't get over it. I've never read a Laini Taylor book before, but now it wants me to go read some of her other works. But yeah, you just have to give this a go. So yeah, those are my top 5 books of 2017 so far. Obviously this may change by the end of the year because there are some books that I'm looking forward to coming out. So as usual, you can either like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to, I will link all my social media down below. So I will see you later with a new video. Bye!